Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Enclave. What did it say? Oh, Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. My Enclave walkthrough, or playthrough, should I say. We are back again. It has been a hot minute, really has, but here we are, finally back. Well, I mean, actually, no, it hasn't been a hot minute. It's only been like. It was like yesterday when it got posted. We are back again. We are here. We are thriving. Current max is
Enclave here.
already been found, so let's do some skills and stuff. Yeah. Um, we're gonna start with this. Pain Train should help with the heavy special forces thing because of the power armor, which will be very, very helpful. Planning speed, breakthrough. I'm gonna go with the attrition thing for this. Oh, he has one more. Inspirational. I'm gonna go with inspirational for the XP gain for these guys. It'll be very helpful. Pain Train, heavy special forces, obviously. We'll go with division recovery rate since, well, these are power armor units. This one right here, the supply consumption down by 10% will definitely help. I'm gonna give you entrenchment-based stuff, reconnaissance-based stuff, and attrition, because this is my regular
Enclave here.
regular infantry person. This is my power armor person. All right, let me unpause the game. We are still at 5 speed. Shouldn't be too bad. Do we have an air force? Oh, okay. So, oh Lord have mercy. All right. Let's see. In one of the meeting rooms in Sierra Army Depot, Dr. Anderson was giving a speech to the scientists of the depot. Many of the scientists were involved in FEV experiments, including the infamous FEV curling 13. It is no surprise that they lean overwhelmingly purist, and Anderson was preaching to the choir. My fellow scientists, Anderson said, we have suffered too much at the hands of the mutants. We've been unjustly persecuted for only performing our research. Our research was meant to save America, but the mutants think otherwise. They blew up the rig and sacked Navarro, nearly killing the American dream. Countless colleagues have died by their hands. Even worse, to this day they hunt us down over fabricated crimes. Crocodile tears fell from Anderson's eyes. I myself was a member of the Chemical Corps. I lost many good friends when the rig was destroyed. I feel the pain all you experienced, and I will never forgive the mutants. The fool who calls himself president would make peace with those mutants. Make peace with the monsters responsible for our suffering. This is completely unacceptable. The president must be removed from office for all our dead colleagues. For America. He was met with a thunderous applause. Treacherous scientists, which decreases our research speed, stability, and increases daily elite support. Huh. So pretty much this does the exact same thing as the other one. I'm not gonna bother reading that, but I'm gonna keep this up for a few more seconds so you guys can pause if you want to read it. Alright, cool. Secrets stolen. Last night, a small group of traitors made off with a vertibird and almost all of our old military codes. Their communications suggest that they were opportunists who saw a better future in selling the codes than wherever the Enclave is headed. Regardless of their intentions, this betrayal is a severe blow. Many old military bases, including the heavily fortified lower levels of the Sierra Army Depot, are now forever lost to us. We're going to blame the purists for this, so we get reason for a crackdown. This will definitely help us get rid of purists' elite support. I'm assuming this will probably also help, plus increase our stability, which will definitely help. Let me look in here real quick. Between these two, there does not seem to be any positions that add more intellectual support. I'm gonna go for reorganized remnants. Enclave members only. For the moment, we have to keep that because of the stability hit that it takes. Can't do anything about the mutants at the moment. Treacherous officers, unfortunately, also can't do anything about that at the moment. Because we have nothing to change it to. Let's see. This guy gives elite support, can't pick him. None of these guys can help me. Genocidal officer. Okay. Boris T. But isn't he supposed to be the ruler of Bulgaria during World War II? Or like one of the people that could? Something seems broken about that one. We're gonna go for Boris T. It'll give us intellectual support. And before I do this, add activities from NCR. It only takes 10, so we should be fine to get Sergeant Dorn in as well. For more stability, less training time, and more war support. Anyway, trying to read this monstrosity. Maybe it was wishful thinking or naivety that many thought life in the depot was going to go back to normal after the election. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Instead, things were only seeming to ramp up. Granite's ruthless charisma has instilled and inspired a fire in many, ready to tackle what the future would bring. The first order of business was restoring the Enclave armed forces. The depot had begun transforming. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on this, so please forgive my slight mistakes. From a dilapidated ruin from the pre-war era to a rightful post-war fortress in its own right. Vertibirds were being reworked, automated defenses were coming back online, and those who couldn't join the armed forces were making up the beginnings of a proper support corps. Said army, however, was anything but. While all identify as Enclave citizens now, those who had experience were all from different walks of life. From Granite's mercenary outfit to former Vault City security to Anderson's Bloomfield garrison. Even a small percentage of the oldest members of third-generation Enclave since the rig fell, barely older than 17, and had never even seen combat, let alone hold a laser rifle. As they all stood in a loose formation, kept together by their seniors, a heavy set of power-armored footsteps approached. All looked to see Command Sergeant Major Dornan take to the pad and survey what could be explained as a formation. He had given He had been given a simple task by the new president: train the next generation of American soldiers. The senior members began ushering everyone into a tighter formation, but one, a kid with half his uniform unbuttoned, stood off to the side. He had no interest in any of this, as his mother sent him there here to have him learn manners. Doran walked over, and his demeanor eerily calm. "I'd get in formation, son." They look. The kid looked to him and smirked. "I don't have to take orders from you, sir. You're not my dad." You could hear a pin drop on the drill pad.
"I am not his sir! I work for a living, you moron! You will call me Sergeant or Sergeant Dornan. Do you understand me?"
Fortunately, he was a very fast learner, and everyone did push-ups until Dornan got tired. Learned his lesson, I bet. I like that. I like that they included a clip from from I think it was Fallout 2, maybe Fallout 1. I don't know. I think it was 2 of Dornan. That was awesome. That was what I was talking about when I said the moron part last video. Also, thank you to my editor who expertly put that in. I really do appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So I need to... What to do. I lose 10 manpower, get some army experience, and change the popularity real quick for more of this. To purge the opposition, I need less than 10% support for the purest faction. In order to do this, one, I need a whole bunch of political power, and two things I feel I need to do more than anything else: move treacherous scientists, and where is it? Navarro veterans is going to be a problem. I'm going to need to change that to probably the Enclave Academy. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going up. Fortunately, this exists. Which, while not worse than civilian economy, does absolutely suck. I think I want Cole T.M. Wilkins. No, wait. There was another person. It was this person that I wanted, but I think it's broken for that. I like him, except he gives elite support, so unfortunately I can't do anything about that at the moment. But once I get this, I'll get more stability, and I'll get a whole bunch of political power to use. Alright, let's unpause the game. Yeah, I love Sergeant Dornan. He's gonna be so cool, so awesome. Presidential victory speech. Let's see. Appears Vault City will be led by First Citizen Lynette for a half-decade longer. Announcing their appointment for a second term earlier after the first ever popular election for the position. Secured her re-election, prioritizing ghoul rights and stronger ties with the new California Republic. Hoping to transform the city into a shining beacon of civilization in the savage wastes of northern Nevada. More of the same in Vault City. Yeah. Okay. So I can either... I could go for the crackdowns, or I could go for reach out to the centrists. I feel I'm going to reach out to the centrists. Dang. I don't have enough to modify the scientist thing. Slowly but surely, I'll get rid of the purist faction. It's only a matter of time. Oh, and, oh, more stuff to be researched. Troll Warren this, Troll Warren that. Screw it, we'll take the political power for more war support. And we're going to... This is going to really hurt our research speed, but it'll decrease elite support and increase research speed overall. Plus, less power to the purists. I might actually be able to do this. I've had a few runs where it did not go well when I was trying to get rid of the purists. Then again, I accidentally put like 1 or 2 people in power that shouldn't have been in power, because they gave purist support last time. So let's see. Questions about the NCR. It appears the purists have been spreading the rumor that we are looking to compromise with the new California Republic. Some have even dared suggest we would surrender to our old and hated nemesis. Purists, moderates, and even many reformers have absolutely no intention of letting bygones be bygones. Thus, the question is posed during our conference: what to do with the NCR? I would tell you straight up, we have no intention of compromising with the NCR. God bless the Enclave. Down with the foreign invaders known as the New Californian Republic. Okay, let's see. New conference issue. Questions about the mutants. While we have made much progress introducing the idea of outsiders as something else than target practice, many are still unsure about our intentions towards the mutants. Rumors have ranged from possible integration of wastelanders into our ranks to ridiculous suggestions of forced intermarriage between pure and impure humans. It appears there are many doubting purists and moderates who would be much more at ease after the promise of a peaceful but separated existence, provided the mutants know who is in charge. And so the question was posted, what about the mutants? Uh... What to do. Technically speaking, this is the equivalent of segregation like what came down a long time ago. So let's see. We either A, go down the segregation route, which would reduce the relevance of legitimacy by 33%. Yikes. Major yikes. Lose 10% legitimacy. I would go into the negatives, pretty much. And the elites would gain more power. Add separate but peaceful daily political power gain. Recruitable population factor of negative 25%. Civilian power grid production speed of negative 30. Yeah, I know civilian power grids are useful, so I'm going to take the hit for the popularity of intellectuals. Because, bluntly, I can't with that. There's no way I can do. I would rather take the hit from this political power gain thing and division organization loss and whatnot, or the division attack, rather than that. Because that, civilian power grids are very important. I'll go into that later, but still very important. Yeah. Alright, questions about the ghouls. Some have raised the question of whether we should integrate ghouls into the Enclave. On the one hand, many of the ghouls we've come across are feral monsters, but it has been pointed out that some of them knew pre-war America, and perversely, are more American than many wastelanders. We're gonna take another hit. I'm gonna say yes. We're gonna take the ghouls that we can. Cause I mean, to accept the ghouls is, well, it will be very helpful. That, and we're not the purists. We don't believe in that kind of stuff. I mean, they are Americans by all rights. The non-feral ghouls are Americans by all rights, as far as I'm concerned. While not as hated as the NCR, the Brotherhood of Steel played a major role in the destruction of Navarro and the loss of many of our comrades, brothers and fathers. It was inevitable that a voice in the room would be raised to ask what we mean to do with the power-armored Boy Scouts occupying so many of our military bases, using stolen government property. Uh, hmm. We're not doing this, because that's just stupid. We could never ally with them, or we could pit them against the NCR. I'm gonna go with we can pit them against the NCR. That sounds promising. I don't exactly know where that's supposed to be on this focus tree, truth be told. But I'm sure it will come up soon enough. Alright, we're gonna add this onto the focus tree of what we're supposed to be doing. God, the amount of civilian and armed workshop factories we have is not enough. We also need more advanced components. Unfortunately, no one wants to trade with us, because, well, one, we want to pretend that we don't exist.
This is Enclave Maincom. Enclave here.
And two, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. We just want to pretend that we don't exist until we're ready to attack the NCR. Which, hopefully, it'll be when, like, the Legion is going after them or something, or they're in, like, some big war with someone. I don't know who. I just hope it's with someone that will occupy some of their forces, preferably. Alrighty then. Wow, okay, this is a lot of events. That is a lot of stability loss because of the popularity of the Pierce faction. Purge the opposition. Boris T retires. That's interesting. Less than 10% support for the Pierce faction. We need to do something about the officers. I think we can accept taking a hit. From the looks, this would probably send us into a civil war. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Hold small speeches, we can get 3% more. Which doesn't necessarily mean we'll lose the Pierce faction. Okay, I'm just going to do these now. We're going to go with this one first. Granite's mind raced as he walks towards the podium. He never knew politics could be as stressful as combat. Perhaps politics was even worse than combat, since the enemy soldier does not smile at you, only to backstab you later. For the first time, Granite wondered if he was out of his league. Granite quickly brushed away that thought. He had a duty to carry out. Tensions had been high since the elections. Support for the Purists has only intensified as a result, especially in the upper echelons of government. To address this situation, Boris T suggested to hold a town session with all those with grievances towards the new US government. Now they were all in one room, awaiting answers from their new president. Granite looked at the crowd before him. Many of appeared to be disdainful of the new president. The most obvious course of action would be give the speech he and Boris had meticulously crafted and repeatedly revised over the past week, attempting to bring them over to the reformist cause. However, a more ruthless president might have grown tired of playing politics with these rats, and may consider them enemy combatants instead. Available because you are charismatic. Oh, right, I remember that. Someone hand me my speech, increases it by 5 with a 50% political power, increases it by double that because I have charismatic. Yes, please. My fellow Americans. Alright, let's see. The legend of General James Song. The guards outside of Sierra Army Depot were quite surprised today when a man in strange power armor arrived at the gate dragging an Alpha Deathclaw. That is impressive. Of course, they fired at him, but the rounds bounced off his armor and didn't even faze the man before he presented a set of credentials identifying himself as an Enclave officer. Checking what few records we have, we've identified him as none other than General James Song, who was last seen commanding the defense of Navarro against the combined assault of both the NCR and the Brotherhood, while Sergeant Major Dornan may have led the retreat that led to the Enclave's survival. General Song led the diversion that saved the dream of the Enclave. We thought for sure he had died, but no, he had been captured by the NCR, broke out of their prison, recovered his armor from the Brotherhood, heard of the rumors of us here on the depot, killed that alpha male Deathclaw along the way, dragged it all the way here to give our soldiers food to eat, and is now reporting for duty. Welcome back, General. Like, holy! Killed an alpha male Deathclaw along the way, along with breaking out of an NCR prison, retrieving his armor from the Brotherhood, who are almost as, like, insane as the purest faction is, with the Deathclaw, so our soldiers could eat, is insane. General James Song, sir,
This
like,
is Enclave main com.
holy! You are easily better than Major General Grimm. Like, what? Look at those stats. Look at them. Holy!
This is Enclave main com.
Can I make you a regular general? Like, oh. I'm sorry. I don't remember seeing this. This guy must be like a new addition or something, because that is insane. That is insanity. Alright, let me see here. Purest faction is down to 15%. Benjamin Curling is executed. Elite support goes away. Stability increases. Research speed increases. Or purge the officers. Stability goes down. Well, both ways stability goes down. We lose 2 generals. We're gonna go for purge the scientist first. Dang, I'm surprised that general managed to do all of that and come back alive. That is super impressive. We're also gonna do a small speech. We're gonna gain 3% more away from the purest faction because we definitely need it. I thought there was another option. Unfortunately, I don't really care about the chop shop. They won't trade with me anyway. So yeah, I don't really care. I'm gonna unpause the game. Auto saving, okay. Some wars are finishing up in the outer sections. Let's get another Special Forces perk thing. Major General Grimm speaks out in favor of Anderson. During a heated argument at the officers' mess hall today, Major General Grimm has loudly spoken out in favor of Franklin Anderson and his ideas about the Enclave's future. A few choice words were aimed at both the mutants of the NCR and President Granite. While the officer in question may be a capable leader in the field, we should note the opinions of the commanders we appoint to lead. What they say in the mess hall and over the radio will always affect their loyal soldiers. We either gain war support but lose intellectual popularity, and apparently put their name down on a list just in case, or we can speak to them personally. Douglas has always had a way with words. This wouldn't be the first purist hardliner he brought to his side. So 40% chance of Major General Grimm losing the purist trait, which makes him placated. 30% chance he becomes a reformer, and 30% chance of change in popularity of intellectuals by 10%, and he's not convinced. So 70% chance for me, 30% chance against me. I'm just gonna go with this. Fingers crossed. Major General Grimm converted. Expecting some sort of reprisal for their recent comments, Major General Grimm was surprised to be invited to the president's personal bunker suite for dinner instead. After a lengthy conversation over roasted deathclaw and scotch, it appears that Major General Grimm has come to see things in a different light. After a discussion that lasted deep into the night, the commander left satisfied and with a new perspective on what it means to be an American. It appears the reformers have gained a staunch supporter in the night. Lincoln would be proud. He becomes a reformer. Let's go. Let's go. So when I purge the officers now, he isn't on the list. Indeed. Let's go. No, but that is actually that's really good for me. Placated is fine, but like the fact he became an Advent supporter is just, whew, that's really good. All right, hold on a second. Let's see here. Purist faction, 20%. They've gone up. How have they gone up? Wild promises. I gained 10%. But it doesn't put them under 10%. Reformer faction is up to 73. I think the popularity is still going up. Is there any other focuses that I can think of? I could take a higher stability thing, lose that one general, and the elite support will go down. So we're going to do this. It's going to hurt really bad for the stability thing, but hopefully it'll drop the elite support. Oh no, the elite support's going up for some reason. I don't like that. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take the hit from that and go with this. This should give me more support. I cannot assassinate Dr. Anderson. Yes, I said that. No, I'm not going to take it back. Editor, don't look at me like that. Yes, I said I was going to assassinate my political opponent. I understand that sounds wrong, but that's just what the option said, okay? Give me a break. And no snarky comments either, please. Okay, with military exercises, which will increase my popularity of intellectuals by 5% and the whole small speech for 3%. That puts me under 14%. and I think it's going down. Yeah, it's going down now. So I can do assassinate Dr. Anderson. Assassinating Dr. Anderson will crush opposition towards our tolerant, inclusive Enclave, which will change the popularity by 20%. We will lose 10% stability, but is what it is. Hopefully, we should get this without any issues. I'm crossing my fingers here, because if he gets away, I'm not certain what will happen. Mr. Bishop retains power in Reno. Reno and the NCR house is going to have some competition. Hold on, I have to check faction lists. Factions. Okay, New Reno is not in the faction, which means I can still declare war. I want to finish this focus first before I do that. I'm worried that Reno will have a chance to join the NCR, but I don't want to take any chances. The purest faction is done for. With this, there's no way they can stop me now. There's just no way. Okay, let me read this. The attempted purge of Franklin Anderson. The good doctor has been a thorn in our side ever since his loss in the election. His connections and wits have kept him alive up until now, stubbornly leading his few remaining followers. Up until the last minute, Anderson stayed put at his post in the Sierra Army Depot, fulfilling his administrative duties on his terminal. It was to our great surprise that we found his office empty, as if he left in a great hurry. A vertibird, a small group of personnel, some known to be his followers, and some power armor also disappeared around the same time. Anderson's terminal has been wiped clean, but analyzing past network traffic reveals it was pinging potential Enclave outposts in the east, using expired presidential authentication codes, which our monitoring dropped since they automatically failed authentication. This has been rectified, but rest assured our current remaining presidential authentication codes have never been compromised, and Anderson will be rejected by any remaining Enclave systems. Regardless, Anderson and his most loyal followers are gone and will no longer be a problem for the foreseeable future. Clever man, but he knows that he lost. Wonderful. Alright, it's time to remove it. We're purging the opposition. There are many in our midst who do not share a vision for the future. They must be dealt with. Purist advisors are purged, Boris T retires, okay, whatever, fine. But political infighting is removed. The political power gain issue will be dealt with. Division organization will be dealt with. And division recovery rate and stability. Bro, these are insane. That'll give us 20%. Thank goodness. We can finally get rid of that. Also, hold on real quick. I can't do any of these until I take Reno, so I'm taking Reno now. Time to go to war. Sierra Enclave declares war on New Reno.
Enclave here.
You've been given your orders. Attack.
This is Enclave main comm. Yeah, you can say that again. Those paper-shuffling jackasses. How the hell do they expect me to run this unit if they keep shortchanging me on supplies?
I know, Dorian, I know.
You can say that again.
Oh, goody. Is that because I purged... Oh, no, I didn't. That's not because I purged the opposition. Oh, wow, that's a lot of tech I need to do. Integrated support or flexibility of movement. I'm gonna go with integrated support. I didn't read any of that, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna go for a maintenance company. And there's no real point of doing any of those. Industry, maybe. We'll go with foundry, I suppose. Free military factories. Oh, I get more military factories. Probably because I just captured them.
Oh, lovely.
I'm gonna delete you to
Enclave here.
assign you to this front line temporarily because I need them to fill spots. Alright, let's read this and wrap up this war real quick. Yeah, definitely wrap up this war. Alright, in the Enclave, loyalty, patriotism, and allegiance were the primary currency. One did as ordered by the president or the officer above them, and if you were lucky, maybe you could move up past a rank your family had. To steer a new course, to avoid the mistakes of the past, to go against the grain of the elites, that was the fastest way to an early grave, or exile to some far-off mainland outpost, never to be seen again. Thus, most Enclave rank and file were just good soldiers following orders, content with burning a village or torching raiders because they were following orders. They were the Enclave. America. The good guys, right? By the time Dick Richardson took over, reformers were nothing more than jaded old soldiers disobeying orders however they could, or deserters who wanted nothing to do with the Enclave. It is ironic that to save the Enclave dream of an America, the Enclave had to be destroyed. And a dream is hard to kill, and it is in the Sierra Army Depot that the shock of seeing the wasteland for the first time, meeting with those deemed mutants, changed so many. When the bombs fell, the Enclave was for the rich, the elite, or rather, the rich old bastards who didn't want to give up their power. Well, now the rich old bastards are dead, and a new Enclave has taken its place. The question is, what kind of Enclave will it be? It's time for a new America for a new world. Holy stability hit. America was made to last no matter the world it is in, or it is time for a new America for a new world. We are gonna go for the war support. We're also gonna go for more rifles, too.
Excellent!
Oh.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright.
Enclave here.
Time to break out these encircled divisions. Well, we took Reno.
Just dispatched a birdie assault team to your location. Outstanding.
There are two different tiles here. Oh no. Oh no. Are you nuts? I forgot about it. No. Dang it all.
What was that? Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
We heard stories of this, but this place is worse than any of them. Coming to a close, the area Enclave is starting to reinforce order onto the city. Fighting still continues throughout the city. It's believed the city will be back to normal in a few days. Well,
Enclave here.
we are winning. Slowly,
Enclave here.
but we are winning, which is good. We need to get to Carson City and the stables. Oh, and Nixon too. The city's named Nixon? Really? Alright, which one is better? You or you? Okay, you are better. We're gonna train as many of you as possible. I think the last American army is better, so we're also gonna train, I think, 4 of you twice. Boom. Alright. So, we purged the oppositions, which is good. You're nuts if you're thinking we're staying in Nevada. We're not doing that. We're going for the American dream. But we need to have completed the focus, the mutant question. Has completed the focus, the new capital. Here it is. So we had to beat Reno before we can do that. While most of the remaining purists were either executed, had accidents, or simply packed up and disappeared while they still had chance, one particularly numerous group appropriated a few vertebrates and head north, far beyond our radar coverage. One can only guess why they would choose such a bizarre direction. They'll probably freeze to death anyway. Enclave defectors flocked to the Legion. Wait, why did they take the FEV? Oh no. Although we took power with a promise to not purge our political enemies, like most politicians, we've fallen short of our promises. While some purists fled east to Chicago or Raven Rock, some Enclave loyalists who like Wastelander Americans personally, but doubt our causes, have sold their services to Legion. The bastards took some suits of power armor, plasma guns, and our last supply of FEV on their way out. Apparently, Caesar intends to use them to bring the torch of knowledge to the wastes, in a rather literal fashion. The anti-integration faction. The purists are no more, but that does not mean every member of the reformer faction is an unconditional lover of wastelanders. Many hold the opinion that, while they are certainly no purists, the wastelanders should be kept at a safe arm's length from the pure stock humans of the Enclave. For them, there can be no integration, only the ruling of one class by their genetic betters. Many ex-purists and reformer moderates have gone over to this new faction in our government. How should we approach this new divide? The elites party will now be called the anti-integration party. Okay, so we either accept it, or we don't accept it. We take a stability hit and the popularity goes up. Less than that. We're gonna go with less than that. Yeah, power armor. It's pretty strong.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here.
I don't know what they got from doing, but so be it though. So we either take a hit in stability or war sport. Ah!
Outstanding.
MacArthur's...
Those paper-shuffling jackasses. How the hell do they expect me to run this unit if they keep shortchanging me on supplies?
Dornan is not happy. The heck is going on in New Mexico? Besides what sounds like a military coup of a company or something?
This is Enclave main com. That's a no one. Damn. This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave
We're gonna
main
keep
com.
pushing.
Enclave here. Yeah, you can say that again.
Luckily we're training new troops. They won't be out anytime soon, unfortunately. But, new troops, nonetheless. Economic resurgence, great news. Since we took Reno recently.
This is Enclave main com. Yeah, you can say that again.
Carson City, and there we go. All we needed to do was take Carson City. That's wonderful. We're gonna take everything. The Den was in the war? Where even is the Den? Oh, these guys. Remnants. Progressants for the government idea. Reorganized remnants are no longer fulfilled and has been replaced with disorganized remnants. No, they can do themselves in. Well, with the reconquest... Oh, Lord, that doesn't look good. With the conquest of New Reno, the Enclave must now deal with something it has put off for 2 centuries. The federal budget. I don't like the sound of that. When the Enclave ruled a series of vaults, an oil rig, and redacted... Okay. The Enclave relied on command economy, but now that it rules a substantial population of Wastelanders, it needs to tax them and spend money. For it seems that our Wastelander soldiers want a salary, and our veterans want more than jaunty propaganda tunes. Replace no currency with bottle caps. Great. Motivated by vengeance is changed with standard wages. Fantastic. Okay, nothing is certain in life but death and taxes. Well, I mean, they're not incorrect, but... Alright, for the first time in Enclave's history, we have reclaimed an American city. However, New Reno's population does not yet see it this way. While some are hopeful that the gangster are being pushed out, others fear and distrust the power-armored strangers patrolling their streets. Minor acts of resistance, such as throwing rocks or insults, are not uncommon, as unsavory types test the limits of our troops' patience. If we appear weak, small arms fire may soon follow. That's not great. Alright, let's just do a new focus. We establish strict rules of engagement. Resistant target goes up. Compliance growth speed goes up. Resistant activity chance. But we gain legitimacy and we lose war support. Or, we teach them not to mess with the Enclave. War support goes up by 10%. Resistance falls by 15. We lose 5% legitimacy and resistance activity chance goes down by negative 25. It doesn't seem to matter at the moment, so I'm going to take that negative 5. Okay, that was a bad idea. How did we auto-complete that? Oh, Lord. We will not be pushed around. I don't care who it is. Alright, okay. Let's finish up this one, and then we'll probably call it there. Dealing with bishops. The bishops may have been the most powerful family in New Reno. Mr. Bishop himself is a dangerous man for many reasons, one of which are his numerous political connections in the NCR. The crime lord's gangsters were loyal enough to face down the other families, but the sight of XO1 power armor sent them scattered. He has retreated to his mansion, accompanied by only his closest and most loyal, surrounded by our forces and trapped. So we could get 3 civilian workshops plus a whole bunch of bottle caps. The vet, they are brothers. Why does he look like Granite? Or focus on apprehending the leader. Alright, first and foremost, compliance. 0%, 0%, 0%. Resistance. 23% for New Reno. We're gonna go focus on apprehending the leader. We lose out on the civilian factories, but we need that civilian, that resistance thing down. Alright, let's finish off these 2 focuses. Or research things. Well, I think that is where we will call it. We seem to have lost legit every single one of our people because of the fact we purged the opposition, which probably will not help when it comes to these political parties. But it is what it is. I thank you all for joining me. It has been a splendid video, and this is Dragon Man out.